the same butcher passive as the machete itself, so significantly less, which means you clear the jungle quite a lot slower, even though it would make a little bit more sense on him. So, yeah, that's the kind of problem with manaless champions. Sometimes you just have to, you know, build mana. Just like, you know, you have to build Lichbane on Akali most of the time. Sometimes you got to build Spirit on a Mundo, and you're not thrilled about it, but you know it does the job. So awkward,
yeah,
but
if it works, it works.
Yes.
Don't change the winning strategy. But do change the losing one, and I was going to go into the strategy that SK is now taking.
Ooh, nice pull onto
going
Nif.
down on Nif. Yeah. I was going into the strategy that SK is now more late game oriented rather than the early game that he had in the past. Lux, okay, she has the same burst as anyone. Top lane, Kevin in anguish, poking at each other, but when it comes down to it, SK's late game is now solid instead of, well,
not solid. Down the bottom looks like trouble in paradise. Barry actually is there for Candy Painter Creator. Just gonna take a little bit of damage, but mainly pokes back and forth. Pings out, coming out onto Lee Sin here as well. And looks like Anguish is gonna try and collapse onto him. So is I'm So Fresh, and Lee Sin's like, please let me out of here. Let me jump to you, Kevin. There we go. Gets out of the way there. Sure, screaming Kevin's name in comms, which would have been quite funny. Are you back, sir? You may be having some mic problems.
yeah, I am back. I'm just having a little bit of mic problems, but I'm fixing them.
No worries.
Doesn't last long.
No worries. Fix away.
So yeah, if we're looking at the late game, I am pretty sure that Millenium still with Ryze has so much to offer, because Ryze is going to be one bulk of magic damage and you can't kill him because he has so much hit points. SK on the other hand has the ability to shut him down.
Yeah, that's true. And Lux, you know, she's a great kiting champion, a great range champion, but if you get on top of her, even that shield's probably not going to save her. It's very powerful, but yeah, you're probably going to be able to clean her up if you do enough damage. And you know, Ryze is no slouch in the best department either, so team fights will be interesting, I think, between these two. I think they'll be a little bit more evenly matched. I think SK have kind of done the right thing here. They're still sticking to an aggressive style strategy, but they're not overdoing it maybe as they did in Game 1. And you know, it was the best of three. They had potentially games to give there as Lee Sin comes to the top lane. Maybe just a push here, in fact. But I've actually been really interested in bottom lane. Gone down there a couple of times, and these ADs and support lanes are really trading a lot of damage here between each other. In fact, it's got very close to death multiple times, but Ezreal, of course, ahead of those 2 quick kills and ahead in CS as a result as well. Tower in bottom lane, even taking quite a bit of damage, so potentially they could get that down, but it's been really tight in that lane, and I'm kind of surprised nobody's dead. But as it is, looks like top lane again is still being pushed in here, but Mundo's coming in to help. So I'm So Fresh, reacting appropriately here. Lee Sin's camping a lane, fine, I'll camp a lane too, we'll push you out of it.
Flash from Candy Panda in the bot lane, just dodging that rocket grab. But I've been also going over the bans once more, and the kill ban, that's pretty much the cornerstone of what Millenium did last game. Without kill, I'm pretty sure the game would have turned around. This time they left open kill and picked up Kha'Zix themselves. Is this the power maybe of the first pick that SK had?
It's going to actually quite low there down in the bottom lane, but bottom lane for SK has already gone back, and looks like the bottom lane for Millenium will go back. There we are, double recall there in the bot. I have to agree with the Kel ban. I mean, it wasn't like... It was just a really good, strong utility pick. Like, it didn't, you know, do anything too good. It wasn't like, you know, an overpowered champion, but it really shut down a lot of SK's offense, and they're a team that loves to play aggressively, especially Ocelot, so... You know, they kind of like, oh wow, that's actually a really good champion against us, maybe we should ban it, and I think it's a smart ban from them. It wasn't the only problem there in that game, but it contributed a lot to kind of ruining their strategy, which is never good for them. Nice kill down up the top there as well, by the way. Just a very clean dive there from Kevin. Mundo actually not really able to stand up here against that Kha'Zix. Currently level, where is he? Currently level... Oh, please don't be 5. No, he's level 6, but still the Anguish are coming back up here. Level 6, Lee Sin's level 7. And Lee Sin's got red buff, so Anguish maybe does not want to fight here. Kha'Zix actually coming around as well. Nice kick actually back there from Kjorkbot. I thought that was Zinjar flashing away, but no, it was not. And now Kha'Zix going to dive onto him, and it's probably going to be quite a nice kill there. There it is for Lee Sin. And a really tight play from SK. And they're getting the aggressive moves going now. And I think Mundo just does not have the presence. Like, I'm So Fresh has a completely different amount of presence this game than he did last game on Kale. And I mean, maybe it's not even just that, you know, Kale's ultimate is good against burst. Maybe it's not that simple. Maybe I'm So Fresh was more confident in being aggressive. And this game, he got completely counter-jungled. You know, his jungle got almost completely taken by the enemy. He was kind of lucky to get his own blue buff, and now he's just struggling, completely struggling. Kha'Zix's taking a lot of damage actually in the top lane. We'll go down there to tab, so nice roam there from Millenium to try and even the kill score back up. But SK still 1,000 gold ahead, and that's not bad. It's not huge, but it's not bad. They'll be happy.
Yeah, Kha'Zix's now picking up the Black Cleaver, and well, we have discussed that item so much lately. It's just very, very strong at this point.
Yeah, and that's a really fast Black Cleaver as well.
Yeah, it's so cost effective. It works with everything you want to do with Kha'Zix. Due to the fact it gives arm penetration, well, we
oh, nice grab on the Nif. No flash this time, and Ezreal's probably going to be able to clean this on him quite easily. No, there is the flash on Nif. It's actually baiting down there. And here comes everybody else, including the Lee Sin. Mundo in here as well. Going to be able to get everybody out of the way. Just herd them off. That's kind of what Mundo does. He doesn't really gank so much as throw cleavers at you. And he doesn't so much CC you as just annoy you. And it works there, kind of fending them off. Anguish down the bottom as well, but I think SK, yeah, that is their key to go. Flash grab, but no safeguard there from Lee Sin to deny that one. Tight play by both players there, but Lee Sin comes up trumps. But at the end of the day, they do get the bottom turret, which is nice for them. And they're going to continue on as planned. So 1-0 in turrets now up for Millenium, and that's going to put the gold, in fact, slightly in their favor. About 100 gold there. It's tipping back and forth. It's probably could even be less than 100, but not much in it right now, that's for sure. And lots of people down here near the bottom lane. In fact, 4v4 I think is what's going on right now. The mid laners are thinking about going over there. Maybe it's dragon time for some of these teams. There's actually a pink one.
As we were talking about the difference between the presence of Mundo and Kill. Kill, if she joins the fight and you get locked down by the Holy Correction, the Reckoning, you're pretty much slowed. You're not going to go anywhere. You're taking massive amounts of damage. Mundo, on the other hand, he's more of a counter jungle type, and counter jungling isn't really that strong, as well as his sustain in the jungle is pretty low. He used to be better because the camps were less powerful, but with the new camps, his Burning Agony just doesn't cut the cake.
No, not nearly as much as it used to, that's for sure. He was the power farmer of the jungle. Again, Niv gets grabbed. But nice ult there from Ocelot. Actually does a lot of burst damage. Still 1-0 now in this team fight to Millenium, but I think they're actually going to have to back off here. SK making the best of what is arguably a bad situation and being in a 4v5. Yeah, pretty happy, pretty comfortable. And Millenium maybe try and sneak it in here. You can see Blitzcrank actually looking for... Where is Blitzcrank? Where have you gone? Here he is. Actually looking for a grab here over the pit, it seems like. Ezreal around the bottom there as well. And SK is still back onto Dragon. Top tower goes down there as well as minions even that score up at 1-1. And I think it's going to be an easy smite here for Herc, but there it is. So Dragon there for SK. The first one of the game here goes at 14.5 minutes. Kind of late for a Dragon, but better late than never, that's for sure. And Millenium sadly just did not feel like challenging, it seems like. Just lost too much health in that Lux ultimate. That was pretty scary. You see, already need to see lateraled up. And yeah, quite a bit of burst there from that Lux.
Yeah, the burst was just so much, but she only got 2, but still, reducing 2 of your opponents to half hit points in one blow, that's how Lux rolls.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'll just lazy all. And I mean, I didn't think Millenium necessarily had to back off there, but they clearly felt a little bit scared there. So I think SK played that nicely. Again, it was ostensibly a 4v5, so did a nice job there trying to even it up, and eventually got themselves a Dragon out of the deal, which was pretty nice. Ooh, Lux recalling. Kind of in a bad spot, throws out some skill shots, just missing the light binding there. Ooh, nice Rune Prison actually. Doesn't last quite long enough for Ryze to get the additional damage. You know, that was quite close to a kill, I'd probably imagine. Although support is now coming in. Yeah, we are using the ult too, for the other purpose, which is to burst down the creep wave instead of the champions. And clears out quite a number of them. Actually, quite a few members of Millenium just hanging out here. They did have bottom tower already, so it looks like bottom lane is pretty much roamed up for me. In fact, there we are, Ezreal and Blitz hanging out in the mid lane. Xin Zhao is coming back with a giant spatter, along with his 2 Doran's Blade and his Crystalline Flask. Kha'Zix has not really made an appearance yet. He's been kind of farming up in the top lane, it seems like. And now back now towards the mid lane. Again, that Black Cleaver up for Kevin. He got Boots 1 as well. He actually got Cleaver without Boots. And went back and bought Boots, I assume, a couple minutes ago. Looks like red buff going to be given to... I'd probably say Kevin here, but it could go to Lee. Either way, they're going to make sure they pick up their jungle boss. Very important to do so. And Millenium, I don't know. They're trying something. Mundo's up in the top lane trying to push, but they feel a little bit scattered to me, which is rare, because we've seen Millenium really on point with a lot of their decision making in the games we've seen them play today. So, I don't know, what do you think Millenium should be doing here in this situation?
Well, Millennium can just force those fights once more. They just need to make sure that Kha'Zix doesn't jump onto Creation. But here's the engage going down.
Yeah, that's a really dead Blitzcrank. Engage there, and all the best use. Great crit sweep actually from Xinjiang, knocking Lee Sin back into the turret. And there's the shutdown for Tab. So Anguish going to take a bit of damage. No, he will stay alive there. But oh my goodness, the AoE. But there's the Lux ultimate coming out as well. The double though there for Rise. He picks up Caitlyn as well. And Anguish goes straight in there. Man mode onto Lux and cleans him up. And here comes the Kha'Zix. It's going to be Janitor Kevin sweeping in, trying to do as much as he can. I'm So Fresh could be in quite the pickle here. But actually, Kraton's coming in there as well. Anguish in, but doesn't quite get there in time before Mundo goes down, but will go down there eventually as Ezreal picks up the gold there. So a double for Kha'Zix, and I think a 4 for 2 trade there, it seemed like. Potentially 4 for 3. Kind of stopped counting there. But nice work there from
This is basically what I want to do. Send Creatin in after Kha'Zix has, well, this wasn't really a team fight, so to speak.
Correct.
Blitzcrank got destroyed, and then they went in and they engaged after all the ultimates were blown, except that one for Oslot, which I believe missed even. They just want to protect Creation. Creatin. He is going to be the cornerstone of their strategy, and they have an amazing tanky frontline. They have Sinzao, they have Dr. Mundo, and they have Rise. Those can all just stand in front of Kha'Zix, lock him up, make sure that he can't get to Ezreal. The same goes for Lee Sin. The only one who can actually get to Ezreal is going to be Caitlyn, due to her massive range. And Ocelot on Lux with the light binding.
Yeah, bad
the bot lane, Candy Panda.
Yeah, bad spot down the bottom. Not good news at all. Just gets 2v1 pretty cleanly. And Blitzcrank in there, there's plenty of CC. Flashed in there, I think. Power Fist. Exhaust. Silence. Grab you, no worries. And yeah, that was a very easy kill there for Ezreal and Blitzcrank. So, you know, Ezreal's pretty happy to clean that up. He's actually 4-0 right now. So, you know, if he's going to be the cornerstone of Millennium strategy, he's on the right road to get there, that's for sure. Caitlyn, I'm not doing too badly. I say that looking at her score a little bit tentatively, as I maybe wish I'd chosen some slightly different words. But 0-3-3 is not the best score for Caitlyn, although CS isn't too... Oh, again, I say that. Yeah, Caitlyn, I think, in a bit of trouble. I'm actually going to check the gold in a second, but we could have more kills. Oh my goodness, Ocelot gets completely wiped off the map there by that 2-shot barrage. And Blitzcrank actually picks up the kill there, which I'm sure he's happy about. And look at this from Millennium. They're split pushing now. They've got, you know, plenty of control. They keep picking people off, and they're like, alright, we've been pressuring these lanes for a while. We're kind of in this spot. Why not we try and kill you? And do as much damage as we can. And that's actually maybe going to be the mid tower here falling. Yes, it will. Anguish actually going quite deep here. There's the Stranglethorns out. Gets the triple knockup, but no one there to really follow up, unfortunately. Because again, the SK here are kind of split, and Ocelot's still respawning. So it's going to be 3v2 now, but Caitlyn all left alone down here in the bottom lane. Did not work out last time in the 2v1.
I've been looking at the cooldowns a bit for both of the teams, and if we're looking at Millennium, they want short engages, blow all the ultimates, and come back when the opposing ultimates aren't available. Because if we're looking at Nif, his cooldown on Stranglethorns is 120 seconds. And 120 seconds compared to the 60 seconds of Sinzao, I believe. No, that's 90 seconds. It's 60 seconds on the True Shot Barrage. Basically, Millennium has shorter ultimate cooldowns, so they can fight more often.
Yeah,
I'm getting the feeling that that is what they want to do.
Yeah, and they have forced a lot of little skirmishes. That's a really nice observation. I think I agree with you. Yeah, I do agree with you. What am I saying? We have Baron being looked at here, though, which is an interesting prospect. Oh, no, not quite. Not sniped there. Rise cleans that one up, so... Good attempt there from Ocelot, but doesn't quite get it. I mean, Lux does have a short cooldown on her ult, that's for sure. And Dragon's Eye didn't too bad either. Oh, poor Blitzcrank. He's in a trap. Oh, well. Gets kicked out there. Just tries to grab it. Kind of hits nothing but air, and yeah, he's very dead there. As Zyra, of all people, picks that kill up with 3 assists to the rest of the team as well. This is, however, going to prompt SK to go ahead and do Dragon. And you can see the Zyra plants doing quite a nice chunk there, and that's a very, very clean, quick Dragon there for SK. Exactly what they want in that situation. And again, the gold pretty tight between these two teams. Still about 1,000 between them, actually less than at this point. Nice grasping Wits there as well to stop Creating from going in any further. And more light bindings get thrown out.
Basically, the small difference is due to the fact that I believe this is second Dragon going the way of SK. However, the guys from M, they have better farm in general. If we're looking at the total farm, I'm surprised getting caught out. Yeah, goodbye.
I was looking for him and he got eaten. I'm surprised just a little bit too far forward there. I don't know what he was playing at, but it was not very useful for him. As of course he's now dead. So he's very sad.
Right, so to get back to the gold difference, it's mostly the farm that's keeping them in front. The 2 dragons pretty much cancelling out the 2 turret advantages, and with the kills being equal.
Well, nice initiation. So much damage onto Candy Panda. The AoE is there, and Tabs does clean it up there with Ignite. Looks like Lee Sin going to take quite a lot of damage. Luck's actually already down there as Anguish dives around the back. Creating gets another kill there as well. And those plants are going to actually hurt quite a bit there from Mr. Ezreal, but he'll clean them out. Oh, wow. Those plants did a lot of damage actually, but Ezreal able to clean them out. And what I wanted to check before was, how far ahead of Ezreal is Caitlyn. I kind of tabbed over there just before that little fight started, and he's well over 2,500 gold ahead. Oh wow, Kha'Zix. Great arcane shift away from Creatum, but there's the missiles forward. Uses the barrier there as well. Kevin though is going to be able to get that kill, and that's 500 bonus gold there for Kha'Zix, so not too shabby in the slightest. But in this game, it's kind of rare. The 280 carries between these two teams have been quite even, both very, very good players. But it just seems like in this game, in the game that matters, because every game at this point from SK matters, because if they lose this one, they're done. Creating though, he's really far ahead, and as he said, if he's going to be the cornerstone of their strategy, it's very good news for Millenium that he's ahead. And this game's really going back and forth, so I think a lot of it is going to be about those engagement. I think your point about ultimate cooldowns here is going to be very, very relevant, but it seems like it's going to be interesting comp that Millenium are running, but it feels like they're mainly just trying to catch some people out. I mean, that Rise Rune Prison is one of the single best CCs in the game. It's very straightforward. It's literally impossible to miss. You just have to click them. As long as you're in range, you're good. And it snares for quite a long time. It allows Rise to completely follow up. And when he activates his AoE as well, as you saw under that tower, he can chunk multiple people down if they're close together. So they got to be careful. I mean, Zinda's ult as well with the challenge plus the knockaway can isolate a single target, and of course Blitzcrank. Let's not even talk about single target TC without mentioning Blitzcrank, because he's pretty good at it. And now that Ezreal has Trinity Force and a Bloodthirster, things could get a little bit trickier here for SK. But there's
speaking of tricky, look at Rise. 2 roll of ages here, going from Mana unit. That's going to be so much damage. I'm just going to take a look at his mana right now. It's 3,250. It's going to stack even more. Those World of Ages haven't fully stacked yet, but that's just huge, and they can't burst it down. And I'm getting the feeling, like we predicted, Creation is going to be defended. Blitz is going to be the engage. If they can get a good Blitzcrank grab out, that's going to be huge. But their front line, they can just tank the turret hits and not even care at this point.
Yeah, and we said, Ezreal's got to do damage. Yeah, he's the AD carry, he's supposed to be consistent damage output, but Rise's damage output is not insignificant, especially when he gets items, and this particular build is the superpower Rise build. It's quite rare to see this build because it's pretty damn expensive, but if Rise can get there at a reasonable time, and 25 minutes for both these rods is a reasonable time. Make no mistake, mid lane, we start having a few problems there for Mundo, but he's going to get out of the way. Blitzcrank now also getting Kevin'd, which is now, I think, a great verb. Oh, Lux ultimate, no, not quite. I think a little bit short there on that one, and Millenium get out without losing anybody, which is nice for them. But again, Rise's damage output, as we've seen in a lot of these skirmishes, is just insane, and he's only going to get tankier and do more damage, and Rise's late game is really strong. The only thing with Rise is you have to get there, and once that Murumata finishes, oh my goodness, the damage is going to be absolutely filthy. Looks like Anguish actually getting very much caught out here, completely trapped in there, and Kha'Zix swooping it up. Kevin though gets grabbed, there could be the counter kill, but he will leap away. So nice moves there. Good grab there from Blitz, but not quite enough there. And again, not quite sure what Anguish was doing, standing in that bush. Whoa, flash there from Rise. There we go, he lands a Rune Prison. And yeah, not even Lee Sin can get out of the way. He safeguards out. Candy Panda gets grabbed. It's a beautiful grab there from Blitz. Blitz will go down, but there's the double from Rise. Rise actually picks up 500 bonus gold there as well, killing Kevin, who went unstoppable there at the end as well. Nif is probably going to fall into Ezreal. In fact, probably is, I think, a bit of an understatement. It'd be very difficult for him to get away. There we are, auto attack range, and Ocelot is trying to get out of the way here. Rise wants to complete the ace, but decides not to dive too far forward. And now you know why, they're going to do Baron instead.
Yeah, so to the guy who is asking, explain the double row app. Basically, Rise, he is a champion that works off both the ability power and mana. Plus the fact that they want a tanky frontline. They need it as heavy as possible. As a result, with the armor nerfs, with the magic resist nerfs, health, basically stacking health makes you a lot tankier. And if you have to go through, well, say he's now at 3,000 hit points. Mundo is at 3,000 hit points. We're looking at Xin Zhao almost reaching the 3,000 hit points. That is 9,000 hit points you have to blow through just to get to Ezreal. And once you do that, you lose all your you don't have the burst potential that basically is the team of SK.
Yeah, and I mean, the double row really is that, as you noted, his ability scale quite well off mana, and they've got a decent ability power ratio. It's kind of small, but given that he scales off both stats, that's kind of the whole point. You get the double scaling off the double rower, and as well as all that health as well, which is so good for you. And Ryze just does... You don't always see this. Again, it's hard to kind of get them both in time to have them both charged, but when this happens, Ryze's damage output just does silly things. And now he has Muramana. Oh my goodness. He is going to be just destroying people. Absolutely destroying people. And Ryze, he didn't see that much play towards the end of Season 2. He was around every now and then, but he felt a lot weaker because he had a lot of changes, had a couple of nerfs, and kind of toned down the mana, so he wasn't nearly the beast that he was when they kind of first reworked him. And now in Season 3 with the new itemization, I think Ryze is just so powerful again. I'm actually surprised. I think this is the first Ryze we've seen all day. And maybe Millenium wanted to wait for a special game to bring it out or something, or maybe we just missed it in the other games, but Tabs right now is just... Oh, it's disgusting how much damage he does. It really is. And right now, Millenium are looking poised to potentially take this 2-0 here. They built themselves up about 5,500 gold worth of advantage right now. And they're knocking on the door of this mid inhibitor turret. SK trying to defend again. Ryze flashes forward, completely obliterates Caitlyn. Finds the Rune Prison. Creator has actually got to get out of the way there of Kazik, sorry, who does take him out. So that's not good news. The rest of the team kind of chasing in there. In fact, looks like Anguish is right in there with Blitzcrank there. But everything's kind of working out there. I mean, their AD carry is dead, but Kha'Zix is kind of chasing around the back. If they can keep getting it, there's a great grab onto Lee Sin. And again, Blitzcrank really coming up trumps with these grabs. Kevin there, though, does get the pick off, but... Oh, man, Ryze chasing... He really wants this Lux. There we go. Oh, my God. Did you see the damage? Did you see that damage? One Rune Prison, almost one-shot Lux.
It was, well, it was almost Kha'Zix's power. And I'm getting the feeling that this is why you stack those Rod of Ages. They are the items that give, next to a tier, the most mana in the game. And just look at how much power he gets from it. 207 extra magic damage just on his abilities. And if you look at his overload, that is, well, over 700 damage per overload, which only has a 2.1.
Oh, Nif. Oh, Nif. Just, oh, this Ryze is just, he is fed out of his mind. He does get shut down there, but I do have the damage up with there. I was severely worried he was essentially going to 1v3 them, and it looked quite close to be doing that. At least a 1v2. He does go down there, and that's probably going to be a nice chunk of bonus gold there. Yeah, he was 10-1-7 before he died, so somebody got a nice chunk of change out of that. But oh, poor Zara. I mean, he was chasing Ocelot. One Rune Prison almost killed Lux and she was shielded. That's how much damage. Like, just utterly disgusting. And now he's got a Graceful Shroud as well. So he's going to get even tanky, get more mana, and it's just, it's not going to get any better for SK at this point, unfortunately. At least in terms of Ryze. And they're going to have to weather quite the assault to try and get themselves a late game. And even if they get there, I don't... Like, it's better than their last team, but I don't know if you can outscale this particular Ryze build. And the tipping point of this game may have already passed here for SK, but we'll see. SK, they are, again, a team that are known for their passion, known for their ability to fight it out no matter the odds, and they will do it here. You can bet they will. You will not see. I'll be very surprised if we saw a surrender vote out of SK here. But Millenium, I think they can taste it. I think they're looking to some very nice non-European weather. I think they're looking forward to Brazil. They can feel the sun already. They can feel the tans they're gonna get. They're getting prepared, but they still have to win this game. They should not lose focus. Oh man, it could be a dead Blitzcrank over the top there for Kevin. Oh, the combos! Final spark in there as well. Plus ace in the hole, plenty of burst damage. But you know what? Millennium is like, yeah, whatever, man. Oh man, Tabs are getting caught out. That's not good news. Caitlyn though gets absolutely destroyed by Ryze, and plenty of damage to clean up Kha'Zix as well. That's all of SK's threats pretty much. Also, let's use his ultimate as well. There's just nothing they can do. Goes from a 4v5 to a quick 4v3. Millenium just keep going, intractable at this point. They're going to take out this inhibitor. Mundo will tank it with his face, because he has a Warmog's armor and his face is very tanky, and that's going to be a dead inhibitor, and I don't know what else SK are going to lose, but they're not going to like whatever happens here. Are they going to keep pushing in? Are they going to go for bottom tower? No, they're going to keep pushing in. They want some damage. They want a Nexus turret if they can get it. Ryze is not with them, though. That is not good news, potentially. Oh, pipe binding there. Arcane Shift out the way, but there's the damage coming out. It's actually not enough that Cretan gets out of the way quite easily. And Anguish, so he could be the recipient of all the pain. He is! He saves his teammates there. Audacious charging in for the slow. Tried to do what he can, and Mundo and Ezreal will get away scot-free. Don't quite know what Tabs is doing there, roaming towards the bottom lane. I mean, he was kind of low, but his ultimate came back. He's, yeah, plenty of, he does get Spell Vamp still, yes. Yes, yes he does. Still gets plenty, 25% spell vamp off that ultimate, so could have probably, you know, got as much health as he got back now. He's got almost, you know, 2/3 health back. In fact, very close to full health at this point. After all that, as well, that is going to get hit by Ace in the hole, but not too bad. Will Arcane Shift over the Ridge to prevent any sort of follow-up, and the rest of Millennium will come in. Oh, Kha'Zix's there with the Void Start trying to leap in there. I'm so fresh. As Ezreal, Arcane Shift's out of the way. Blitzcrank, sadly, is the sacrificial lamb there. Ezreal, I think, just misses there. As that Lux ultimate just flies past him, and Kevin again trying to leap onto him. Not going to be able to get there. And Rise, yeah, he's coming back now. He's like, alright guys, alright, I'll come back. And now he has an Iceborne Gauntlet. That is a really good item on Rise. That's like, kind of almost like Super Rylai's in a sense. I mean, it gives mana on Rylai's doesn't. It is the Rise Rylai's, for sure. And he's just going to be slowing people in an AoE and doing damage, and it's silly. He's got 4,000 mana as well, by the way, so those overloads are a little bit silly. More than enough damage. Whoa.
Yeah, currently I've been doing some calculation and we're looking at 800 damage just per one overload.
Ow.
That's immense. And
Yes.
if we're looking then at the Rune Prison, about the same. Spell Flux is not single target, so it doesn't proc the mana immune, but it still deals a massive 250 damage per bounce. And it bounces 5 times.
Yeah, he's actually got max cooldown reduction as well, does Rise with that blue buff, so he's going to be spamming out his abilities. His passive does reduce his cooldowns, of course, when he casts more abilities, so he just kind of mash your keyboard and he just throws out all the abilities, and yeah, it's pretty sick stuff, and Tabs has just been doing silly amounts of damage at this point, and looks like Ezreal is...
So, for the guys on stream, 600 mana on Tear of the Goddess. 6. Just trying to help the guys on stream, they want to know.
Oh, the Lux one? Yeah, 612 right now. Kevin actually dives in there. Baron Nashor does go to Mundo, so Kevin's efforts to do whatever he want to do there in vain. Anger splash over the top. Wants to keep going here. I think Millennium realized that they want to close out this game. Great grasping roots there from Nif. Going to potentially prevent this assault from happening. Oh, Creighton, never mind. He is not done yet. Nice kick there from... No, never mind. Doesn't matter. It was a nice kick from Lee Sin, but all in vain there as Blitzcrank lands a grab. Anguish looking like he wants to dive again, in fact, and oh my goodness. When you said tanky frontline, I don't think you were quite expecting this. There's double Warmogs on both Xin and Mundo, not to mention a Sunfire Cape as well there on Xin Chao, and I think Millennium are going for the win. I think they realize that maybe this is their time. They're going to be the next team to go to IEM San Paulo coming up in February of 2013. They have survived the apocalypse. They have survived the onslaught. The losers bracket, they got pushed down here by Fnatic. And SK, they fought valiantly, but in the end, a 2-0 victory here for Millennium. And they deserve all the praise that they are hopefully getting in chat. And that is it. All but the Nexus, and there it goes down. Good game, well played, Millennium. You are the other team to go through. Congratulations, of course, to Fnatic as well. And those will be your European representatives for IEM San Paulo. And wow, what a day. It's been an absolutely incredible day, morning, evening, wherever you guys are. It's been a great 8+ hours worth of League of Legends at this point. Or 7+. We're approaching 8, I think, at this point.
Yeah, actually we're approaching, 8 with because it started at 5 our time,
Yeah.
probably midnight yours.
Try 3 a.m. for me. It's now
it's about the same.
It's now 11.
about the same.
It's now 11 in the morning. I have to go to work at 5, so I'm gonna try and catch up whatever it is I can. But of course, before we get there, guys, we got plenty of congratulations to give out as well. Of course, congratulations to both teams, Millennium and Fnatic, for going through in stellar play from both of you. Absolutely incredible and brilliant to watch as well. Well worth getting 1.5 hours sleep, getting up at 2:30, casting from 3 till 11, and working till 9, prepping till 12:30, going to bed, waking up at 2:30 because I got 2 hours sleep. Casting from 3 till almost 11 a.m. here in Australia, and of course I have to go to work at 5 as well. So it was a journey. It was interesting. I would certainly do it again. I would hopefully be slightly more prepared, and hopefully not have work around it as well, so I can maybe structure my sleep pattern again. But it's been an incredible experience, guys. The Euro community is fantastic. I'm hopefully going to be able to see more of you guys because you're really awesome, and thank you all for coming out and watching the games. There's quite a few of you still here, of course, as we get towards the end, and I think we peaked at close to 15,000 stream viewers, which is absolutely awesome, guys. And I know the East Australia guys are happy that their streams get a little bit more attention. So if you guys are Australian at all, you like League of Legends, of course check out the stream, and of course you can check it out if you're not Australian either. So good times all around. Of course, my name has been Pastry Time. You can follow me on Facebook and or Twitter if you like. It's at Pastry Time on Twitter, facebook.com/pastrytime on the Facebooks. If you want to say hi to me on the internet, I'm very friendly. I'll happily say hello. And of course, thanks to my lovely color commentator who came in very, very late in, but take no link. Shout outs, man. Do all the plugs, whatever you need to do. It's the floor is yours.
Alright, so thanks everyone to watching. I loved casting in front of this huge audience. I have to say I was pretty nervous. You might have heard it in my voice. I'm usually a Benelux caster. I cast the Go for Benelux. It's a small community, but we have some nice teams like Lowland Lions, like AT Gaming, like pretty sure Easy Visualize is also one of the call-outs. We have a lot of new teams, a lot of new blood. For the guys who want to know more about me, find me on facebook.com/Technolink. That's pretty much one word. Technolink with a K. And of course you can follow me on Twitter as well. That's twitter.com/techno